Good morning, folks. It is what is today? I believe it's the 23rd. It is a Thursday. Actually, it's the 22nd. It's a Thursday morning for all intent and purpose. I think I said mistakenly last video that was episode 7. This is actually episode 7. And today's mission, we are pretty far down a more remote part of my area. We are going to test the theory of connectivity between the north of the Five Bogs area and a walkable but not drivable trail we found the last time. And based on where that ends up, we will spend some time exploring that, or we will possibly move further north and do some exploring and possibly overnight over there. That's our mission for the day so far, and we will report things as they occur. Now it's time to get moving, and that is what we're going to do. We, off camera, did a little bit of off-trail exploration. The muddiness of which is not to be underestimated. And now we're back on our original idea, which is to see if this does or does not connect to a junction of trails north of the Five Bogs. It's also, I guess, possible that it'll pop out somewhere completely unexpected. But the telling tale will be if I go about a mile or so and there is a junction with another trail and a sizable wetlands on the right-hand side. That would confirm the potentiality of that, but if not, we are otherwise exploring new territory today. Almost looks fake. Thank you, Bullwinkle, for the moose track picture. And we're moving. Again, gratuitous picture of the surrounding forest. I'll try to remember to stop and do that from time to time to give anyone watching a sense of the nature of the place. Check here for tracks. Mud is always useful for that. Deer, flies, or bites. This could easily be an overturned rock, but the shape is interesting. So, because you have this one too. You got water trickling down this, so my opinion is that those two impressions are rocks that were overturned, but the shape is an interesting likeness to a track. So before we move on, we are going to pay a certain amount of attention to the shapes of things. Get 3 or 4 in a row that are uniform in size, that might change my impression. Especially right next to a game trail, if that's what that is. So, maybe tracks, maybe not. Interesting shape, and I'll look at them later, but I'd place them 10, 11 inches, and relatively the same size. So, definitely got moose out here, no shortage of moose tracks. Those are pretty hard to mistake. So, try to guesstimate the amount of time where you would intersect with the wetlands, if that. Bird. That is where this is taking me. I think if I remember Google Maps correctly, though, there is a trail junction that would lead me to the north if I took the turn, and that would lead to the north. And by north, I mean a straight line north of the Five Bogs area. But we haven't proved that yet. But it has been a productive day so far. Interesting. All right, so do you have any friends? Yes, you do. The fucked up thing is, let's look real hard at this one for, we got a lot of leaf litter in it, but I'm not seeing signs of, like if I'm leaving boot prints here, let's make a point. I'll make one there. You can see a heel. And if it's softer mud, my tread will be more obvious. That doesn't look like that. So, as I see these, because now I think I've seen 2 of different sizes, I am going to look at them later under better lighting. And I think I've destroyed some kind of a toad. In fact, I have. Hello, frog or toad. We will leave you to your daily business, and it's pointing this way. It's hard to tell how recent they were, but and it's summer too. I mean, it could just be a hiker stupidly walking barefoot, but 11-inch track is not tiny though. But that's why I need to get home and get it on the computer and cross-compare to other ones that have been seen. Give you a better comparison. Again, right now we're like in the middle of reasonably dense forest, it looks like. So well, you're in the middle of the Green Mountains. It's dense forest. Just a matter of relative distance to other trails and the like. I think I have found my wetlands. In fact, I would say that is confirmed. Nice. That about meets my expectations of what Google Maps showed me. That's looking more bootish, if it's even a track. Alright, so I found my wetlands, but not finding the part I want, which is the junction that heads north. But given the nature of the trail, my initial hope of it being drivable is pretty funny. That was not meant to be. Oh. There's a gentleman who contacted my Facebook page the other day. I'll say a shout out to Jerry, who reached out to me. Hello to Oswego County, New York, and the Empire State in general. I have a lot of friends there. Ryan Reading, not so much, but oh well. The gentleman is part of this what's been come to be known as Project Go and See, and this is pretty much the epitome of what I'm doing today. I'm not per se endorsing or bad-mouthing the project per se, is just making a comparison to the concept. On Google Maps, they make it look as though there's a convergence of 3 trails in about as far into the middle of nowhere as one would think. And I know I'm in the right area because the wetland was right where I expected it to be. So the landmarks match up. And at this point, I reached that point or sooner than expected. But if Google Maps is to be fully believed, there is a junction connection way the heck in here. That was the actual object of my search. I was just using the wetlands as a marker, and finding 4 possible tracks is just gravy. But I am increasingly convinced there is a small population of these things living in the southern Green Mountains, because there's a history of activity on top of the fact I have, in the last 2.5 years, had certain elements of potential evidence. That hard to tell, but I will step up my vigilance for similar indents. Even as I'm doing this, I feel the stinking deer fly biting into my arm. o'clock. It has been an eventful morning. I have confirmed the connectivity of the trail to an area. If I keep following this, I will probably make my way back to the woodpecker, to the Five Bogs, although I'm not really crazy about the idea of a 3-hour walk back to the car. I may have found as many as 4 or 5 tracks between 10 and 11 inches. And I have video of a moose in the middle of a beaver pond, very scenically retreating from me. Probably a good clip of maybe, I don't know, 10, 11 seconds, maybe more. And it's been a productive day. So we're going to basically make our way back to the car and head north. So this is the end of phase 1, and we will get moving, and we will check in a bit.